Good day everyone and welcome back to another Unearthed Arcana video. The Unearthed Arcana for August 2018 was released today and it is covering the races of Ravnica for the upcoming Ravnica setting obviously. So I figured I'd just go through the races. Similar to last month's Unearthed Arcana, which was the Eberron races, there are 4 new options here and they are pretty interesting. We'll just start off with the first one, which is the Loxodon. So the Loxodon are described as essentially rather peaceful elephant humanoids. They are absurdly loyal, they have a innate gift for stone crafting, and they get pretty upset when their faith and trust and loyalty is broken or abused. Their naming conventions are interesting because they make use of their natural assets, so their names are typically pronounced using like their trunk and all that, so they generally have to translate it for races that can't pronounce said names, which I think is a great way to sort of adapt the more animal-esque features of the race into how they interact with the world. So with that out of the way, let's just move on to their traits. They get an increase to their constitution by 2, and to wisdom by 1. This makes sense because they are large elephant-like creatures, and they're meant to be like wise and relatively peaceful and often spending time in reflection and all that, so the wisdom increase makes sense for a rather calm race. They mature at the same rate as humans, but they live to be around 450 years old, so they can get pretty old, but they're not really considered an adult, or they are considered young until around the age of 60, so that's an interesting piece of information there. Their alignment, they are generally lawful, as they value peace, and they also tend towards good. Their size is between 7 and 8 feet tall, and they generally weigh between 300 and 400 pounds, but they're classified as medium. I doubt that Wizards are ever going to release a large race, so leaving them at medium seems fine. I mean, if a centaur can be medium, then why can't elephant people be medium, right? They have powerful build, which allows them to carry stuff as though they're one size larger, similar to Goliaths and Furbolgs, so you're sort of getting, okay, yeah, they are large, but at the same time we're classifying them as medium to make things a bit easier. Their speed is 30 feet, which is standard. They have advantage on saving throws against being frightened. That's a trait called Loxodon Bravery. I quite like that. It sort of ties into their very calm and peaceful nature, not being heavily influenced by the outside. They have a natural armor, which is similar to how the lizard folk armor works. They get an AC bonus of 13 plus their dexterity modifier, and they can use their natural armor to determine their AC if you would wear armor with a lower AC. The shield's benefit still applies as normal. They also get Mason's proficiency, which gives them proficiency with Mason's tools. They're pretty good at stone working and stone cutting, so that makes sense. They have the stone cutting trait, which we have previously only seen in dwarves. It allows them to make an intelligence history check, as though they are proficient if it's around the origin of stonework, and they get to add double their normal proficiency bonus to the check instead of their normal proficiency bonus. So they basically have expertise in history checks revolving around stonework, which is a nice trait and plays into the fact that they are master stonemasons and all that. They have keen smell, which makes sense because of their trunk, so they have advantage on wisdom perception and intelligence investigation checks that rely on smell. That's pretty nice. And they can speak, read, and write common. Another race that only has common. They've been doing those a lot recently, and I quite enjoy that. Anyway, so that's all there is on the Loxodon. They are a large elephant-like race. They have a lot of great features that sort of reflect that, and really emphasizes the very interesting nature of their existence. If you made it this far, then feel free to share your own comments down below. Tell me how I can improve if you want to. Subscribe if you feel like I'd be worth your time. Otherwise, cheers, and I might see you next time.